I am Amanda Bridenstine. I'm the CEO of GRAIMED, and we are working to unlock the power of artificial intelligence to transform cancer care. Imagine there's a child in your family, and they are having serious but vague symptoms. So you take them to the regional hospital, they run some tests, they run some scans, but they don't really see anything major. Weeks go by, and you're advocating for your child. Finally, you get a referral to a pediatric specialist, and they're finally able to get your child into the proper diagnostic workflow for what ultimately is a neuroblastoma. But unfortunately, so much time has gone by that early intervention is no longer necessary. So this is the problem. The current brain tumor diagnostic process, it is riddled with time delays and risky procedures that impact patient outcomes. Now, these issues, they are pervasive across radiology facilities throughout the United States. They lead to increased mortality rates and costly settlements for malpractice. Looking at the current workflow here for brain tumor diagnosis, you'll see the first section here, that's related to a radiology review, an extended radiology review, where radiologists are reviewing the MRIs of the brain tumor to determine the size and grade of the tumor. So even once we get through that process, though, the fun's not over, and I say that sarcastically, the oncologist, to make a complete diagnosis of the brain tumor for treatment planning, the oncologist needs to understand the genetics of the tumor. Well, how do they do that? They need a physical tissue sample. In order to get that tissue sample, they have to do a surgical resection and open up the head. That is risky, it's invasive, it can lead to other problems for the patient besides just the cancer, like having a stroke. Our GRAIMED software suite, we are providing decision support tools for physicians who are diagnosing and treating brain tumors that empower them to save time, improve the accuracy of diagnosis, and bring down that risk for patients, for physicians, and for hospitals. We're working with cutting-edge technology called radiogenomics that combines MRI imaging and genomics through deep learning artificial intelligence models to reveal the genetics of the tumor instantly and straight from the MRI. How it works, the physician uploads the MRI and the patient data into the GRAIMED software suite. The software analyzes the data based on those AI models and provides immediate insights to the treating physicians so that they can move far more quickly towards treatment planning. We have published 2 different academic abstracts in the last year, one based on our radiology tools, one based on our oncology radiogenomics tools. These are both published on the NIH website if you want to do some light reading before bed tonight. We've been working with Akron Children's Hospital on an IRB-approved retrospective study, which is what these papers are based on. And in the far right corner, you can see we had the opportunity to present our radiogenomics technology at the International Symposium on Pediatric Neuro-Oncology presented by the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia this past summer. And then we're also in contract negotiations with some other major hospitals. We're very excited about that. But as we're under NDA, I can't disclose those names at this time. So looking at a deeper dive at the software itself, we have 2 different lanes that we're operating in for decision support tools. The first lane is radiology, and we're providing a pediatric and an oncology tool. The second lane is oncology. It's that radiogenomics technology to provide the genetic reading of the tumor. And again, we have a pediatric tool and an adult tool. You can see here we have developed a strategic timeline for how we're rolling out these tools and seeking FDA submission so that we're doing it in the proper way. On the front end, we are developing our radiology tools. Some of these have already been developed in the market. We have some competitors. So we'll be seeking FDA approval and working through our pilot and pivotal studies this coming year, while on the back end, we will be developing the radiogenomics technology that will require more data and will take longer to develop. But as you can see here, the real market opportunity over the long term is the oncology tool. So as you can see, the current standard of care in the market, it's a $16 billion industry, and we're looking to disrupt that. As far as the radiology tool, there's also a large market here, and obviously we will be working in that as we seek to develop this tool. It's just that in the long term, the larger market is with oncology. So taking a look at the competitive landscape, the current standard of care for determining the genetics of a tumor, it's called somatic tumor testing. So after they do the surgical resection and get that tumor sample, they put it through somatic tumor testing. That's the standard of care. There is another developing technology called liquid biopsy. But if you take a look here, our GRAIMED technology, it is more cost-effective, it is way faster, and it has far less risk because we don't have to crack open someone's head or drill a hole in their head in order to determine the genetics of the tumor. We can do that right from the MRI. We are fundraising currently a $500,000 first raise via SafeNote. We will put those funds to good use for our pilot studies and our pivotal study next year, as well as that FDA submission, as well as developing our front-end user interface. We have the back end fully developed. It is baked and ready to go, but we want to have a nice front end for our physicians to be able to use. And then later next year, we will work on a larger pre-seed round, and we will use those funds for the rest of that product development pathway that we talked about earlier. And then this is our team. That's me. I'm Amanda Bridenstine. I'm our CEO. I'm a licensed attorney here in the state of Ohio, and I oversee our business operations. My co-founder and partner, Jonathan Moore, and then our Vice President of Artificial Intelligence, Mike Terrace. You can see we have some excellent doctors that we're working with at Akron Children's, and as I mentioned, we're looking forward to bringing on additional hospitals. And then we have some great advisors. So with that, again, we're GRAIMED. We are working to unlock the power of artificial intelligence to transform cancer care, and we're inviting you folks to be a part of what we're doing. I look forward to talking with you afterwards at the reception.